Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, let's just dive right into this. Every single day, you open up your devices, you tap a screen, and boom, data magically appears, right? We've all been taught to think of this as some sort of invisible, floating magic. But today, our goal is to completely shatter that abstract illusion of the internet. We're going to reveal its concrete, structured reality. You see, the internet isn't magic at all. It's a meticulously designed architecture, and understanding it absolutely changes how you look at every single interaction you have online.
Here is how we're going to break this all down. Number 1, the cloud is a myth. Number 2, the networking layer cake. Number 3, journey of a cat photo. And finally, number 4, a precise sequence of rules.
All right, let's start right off with section 1. The cloud is a myth.
You know, tech marketing absolutely loves to sell us on the abstract cloud. They frame it as this vague, weightless entity where our data just magically lives. And honestly, it sounds peaceful. It sounds invisible. But the reality is entirely different and physically massive. The real internet isn't a cloud at all. It's the highly synchronized cooperation of specific, tangible systems. It relies on a staggering infrastructure. We're talking about over 750,000 miles of underwater fiber optic cables crisscrossing the ocean floor. It is definitely not one giant blob in the ether. It's a highly coordinated physical and logical machine relying on thousands of moving parts, all working in perfect synchronization just to get your data from point A to point B.
Which brings us to section 2, the networking layer cake.
To really understand how all these specific systems synchronize, let's use a spatial metaphor. Think of the internet as a layer cake. Picture distinct tiers stacked very carefully on top of one another. Each layer serves a highly specific purpose, and you need all of them working together. Working top-down, we start at the application layer, which is governed by protocols like HTTP. Think of this as the icing. It's the interface you actually interact with on your screen. But then we drop down to the transport layer, utilizing TCP, and then deeper to the network layer managed by IP. Finally, we reach the base of the cake, the link layer. These are the actual physical connections, like Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Data moves strictly from the app on your screen right down through this structured hierarchy to the physical wires connecting our world.
Let's look at this in practice with section 3, journey of a cat photo.
To really understand this global data architecture, we need to put it into action. Let's give our data some momentum. When you hit send on a picture of your pet to a friend in Tokyo, what is actually happening in those 150 milliseconds? I mean, it feels instantaneous to us, right? But there is an incredible, high-speed physical journey taking place just behind the glass of your screen. To make that physical trip happen so quickly, we use packets. Your photo isn't sent whole. It's instantly fragmented into tiny, manageable pieces of data. These packets are optimized to squeeze through physical wires and wireless frequencies as efficiently as possible. And this fragmentation is exactly what allows the internet to handle massive amounts of global traffic without grinding into total gridlock. So, these fragmented packets literally plunge down the layer cake. They leave your screen at the application layer via HTTP, they jump through the transport layer with TCP, hit the network layer via IP, moving deeper and deeper until they finally hit the physical link layer, the actual copper, glass, or radio waves connecting our devices. They're navigating this structured hierarchy of protocols, slice by slice, just so they can zip across the globe at nearly the speed of light and be perfectly reassembled on your friend's screen on the other side of the planet.
And that leads us to section 4, a precise sequence of rules. Now that we've seen our photo race down the layers, you might be asking, how does this happen billions of times a second without just dissolving into pure chaos? Well, it relies on the absolute strictness of the web's protocols, things like DNS, HTTP, and IP. Listen, these aren't just polite suggestions, they are rigid traffic laws. They dictate exactly how every single packet should be routed, handled, and assembled at every single layer of that networking cake. They coordinate in perfect harmony to ensure global communication is actually possible.
So ultimately, the web is not a cloud. It is a precise sequence of rules. It really is time to retire that vague mental model of data floating weightlessly in the ether. We have to replace it with this concrete, rules-based system. It's a structured hierarchy. It's data fragmented into millions of microscopic packets. It's a layer cake of specific protocols working tirelessly across physical cables to connect us all. Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating final thought. If the internet isn't an abstract cloud, but rather a strict physical set of rules, what other digital magic in your life is just an illusion? Think about the apps you use, the video calls you make, the digital systems you interact with every single day. What else is secretly a brilliantly engineered, structured architecture just hiding in plain sight behind a clever marketing term? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Keep asking questions, keep looking past the illusion, and I'll see you next time.